Alright, quick update on basic attention tokens. So since our last video, it looks like we found another macro higher low. This is really good. You can see since this wick down here, there's not like a perfect linear uptrend to define each of these lows, but you can see if I draw a line of best fit through the data, we are very much exponentially increasing. And why this is so bullish? Well, we've already got two exponentially increasing trend lines that we have been coming back to. I've talked about this in my previous videos. We've had this upper trend line in play. This was actually resistance from the start of 2018, well, towards the end of 2019 actually. But if you look, this was resistance, 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 and once basic attention token entered a bull run, we actually had a second line of support, an uptrending level of support, and we either came down and bottomed at the first trend line, or we had wicks down to the lower trend line. But what's important to note is both of these are increasing and we've never broken below these. Like I said, we come back down, we backtest this trend line. If we need to make another leg lower, we come down and test the lower trend line. We tested the lower trend line. This time we tested the upper trend line and went on a huge rally. Recently, we came back, we retested the lower trend line, and then we retested the upper trend line. And the last time we did that, like I said, we broke below, tested the lower trend line, then broke up, tested the higher trend line was here, before we went on a parabolic rally from 63 cent to $1.90. What a nice increase for basic attention token. Well, we've just done the exact same thing. We had a wick below, we pretty much tested this lower support region, we broke up, had an impulse, came back down, and we didn't quite reach it, which is extremely bullish. I mean, we're building higher lows in this formation as we keep on ascending. We're seeing a tiny bit of volume stepping in for the bulls today. Basic attention token, the volume has been very flat since its last bull run. I would like to see the volume start to increase because as you can see, I mean, for the past 6 months or so, we've really been not a stable coin. I mean, this has been a pretty big range, but we have been trapped in this accumulation phase. So that is something to keep note of. The last time I made, not the last time I made a video, but the last price prediction we had on basic attention token, we were calling for this 30% increase up to the 200-day. I can now remove that because, we hit our price target a while ago. So my last trade on basic attention token, we had a huge rally. That is lovely to see. Now, as we're seeing an increase in volume, and also I want to talk about the squeeze mom heading up in favor of the bulls, I think we're about to initiate another big rally. And as the 618 Fibonacci is only up here at 85 cent, we are literally at the cusp of grasping it. And because the bearish momentum has only just started to subside and bulls are only just starting to take over this uptrend, I think I should be targeting some upper Fibonacci regions. In fact, I'm going to be targeting the 0.5 Fibonacci instead of the 618. So if I mark these orange to let you know that these are not resistance zones, but they are instead Fibonacci levels, you can see if we did have this increase coming, in my opinion, we'd be trading from the level that we are now up to the 618 Fibonacci. This would take us all the way up to $1.05. I would also say it's safe to assume maybe we could come up to $1 and have a 24% increase. As you can see, we came up to 99 cent before, basically 99 cent here. This was 98 and then 99. We came up to 99, 98 cent. I mean, if we're going to follow the trend, then 97 cent. But either way, I think $1 is a big psychological level. So I think it's also safe to keep our eyes on $1 in case we manage to have that big impulse, but we run into a lot of resistance over at the $1. And I'll mark this red so you know that is a resistance zone. So what do I see happening in the next coming days or weeks for basic attention token? Let's talk about it. So if we focus on the daily squeeze one, which is the squeeze momentum indicator, I want to show you what happened the last time the bears lost control and we entered a bullish phase. Now, the squeeze mom, for you who are unfamiliar, is the squeeze momentum indicator. It measures momentum and it works on the basis that crypto markets move in cycles, or rather waves. You can see we have a bullish wave, then we have a bearish wave, then we have a bullish wave, and then a bearish wave. And what happens midway between these phases is you can see respectively, we get these dark green candles on the upside or dark red candles on the downside. And that means, respectively, that either the bulls are losing control when you're seeing dark green candles come in, and we're about to initiate a push back down to a bearish phase, and then you see these dark red candles come in. This means the bears are losing control, and then that means we're about to have a swing over to a bullish phase. We're seeing that right now on the squeeze bomb. A lot of people like using the MACD. I like using the squeeze bomb. I've had a lot of questions about this recently. Everyone seems to like the squeeze bomb. I wouldn't blame them. I mean, it calls tops and bottoms pretty perfectly. If you want to come over to TradingView, just type in squeeze momentum indicator. It is by Lazy Bear. It is one of my favorite indicators if you did want to check that out. Now, what happened the last time the bears lost control? We were here on the 25th of February, and from the swing low to where we topped out at the top here, we had a 50% increase. I mean, technically, you would kind of draw it to where we topped out and put consecutive green candles in. So technically, this was calling a 42% rally. But if you want to cherry pick the data, you could argue that we had a 72% rally. I'm not going to do that. I am purely drawing this based on these momentum shifts that we have on basic attention token on the squeeze momentum indicator. Now, if we look at what's going on now, we're seeing something very similar again. The bulls are taking back control, and we only recently started firing this bullish signal on the 18th of April. So the last time we had a bullish flip, it was indicative that we were about to put in a 42% rally. If we extrapolate a 42% rally, you can see, well, a 40% rally would take us up to $1, so that would be a great place to take some profit. And a 46, just overshooting this, would take us up to $1.05. And bear in mind, normally these momentum shifts don't catch the exact top, so I think it is extremely conservative to keep your price target up here at $1.05. That is personally what I'm expecting for basic attention token. I think a big rally is soon about to be underway for basic attention token, and I personally am planning on riding this wave all the way up to $1.05. Now, if you watch some of my earlier basic attention token videos, you know, like from a couple of months ago, a month or two ago, you know that we were actually down here at 65 cent, and I was looking to take profit at 92 cent. I'm still in that trade. I have not taken profit. I'm literally just holding my bags from down here at 65 cents. So I'm still in my trade. I actually plan on riding this all the way up to $1.05. That is my personal trading plan for basic attention token. I really like this setup. I like how we're forming these higher lows. I like how we were building momentum and back testing these trend lines, but now it seems like we're gearing up for a bigger move to the upside because, you know, we've come back and we haven't even touched it perfectly. We're seeing a tiny bit of volume stepping in, nothing special though, nothing really to talk about there, but the main bread and butter in this video is the fact that Bitcoin's breaking out. This is carrying momentum to the upside. We're seeing good volume on Bitcoin. This is going to allow your altcoins to keep on moving, and this is why we're seeing this momentum shift over on basic attention token. I am predicting for a move like this over the next couple of weeks to take place, where we see our next momentum shift come over in favor of the bulls. And if this was anything like what we saw before, where we saw a shift over from the bears in favor of the bulls, if I try find the date range, you can see this was approximately a 1 month shift from the bears to the bulls. Now, we've only recently put in our bottom down here at the 18th of April. So if we extrapolate another 31 days or 30 days, you could see that this could take us all the way out into mid to late May, 18th of May to be precise, if we were to do the same type of move. I think this is very interesting stuff going on with basic attention token. I am still holding my bags, hoping for a take profit range between $1 and $1.05. That is all I've got for you for basic attention token today. If you like the video, please like, subscribe and comment, share it with your friends. That's all I've got for you. Cowboy out, not financial advice, and as always, peace.